Hello, and welcome back to the second episode of the Debate Dudes podcast with Sean and James. Quick disclaimer, as always, we're both idiots and we have no idea what we're talking about. So everything we say will be incorrect. Don't quote us. Alright, what is our topic for today, James?
Our topic for today is, drumroll, do humans rely too much on technology? And I think we do.
I think we don't.
Pretty sure we do, Sean. I mean, we're using technology to record this right now.
But are we too reliant on it?
Yeah,
That is the question.
we're pretty reliant. I mean, if we didn't have technology, we wouldn't have stable access to our food all the time. We wouldn't have clothes unless we made them on our own, which we'd have to use technology to make. We wouldn't be able to do almost anything. We'd just be another species of animal living in the wild.
You see, James, here's what I'm going to argue. We aren't too reliant on technology. The amount of reliance we have on technology is completely fine and justified. Because in what instance would our technology disappear? We will always have our technology, or if all our technology was going to disappear, like we go hurtling into the sun and everyone dies, it wouldn't matter anyway.
Well, what if there was a big war or something where most of our technology got destroyed and we'd have to go back to an age where people didn't really have like the Stone Age, for example. People from we'd die if that happened. If technology was just removed from if it was just taken away immediately, we wouldn't be able to survive. We're too adjusted.
Would that ever happen?
It could happen.
How?
I mean, there could be what happens when the world runs out of oil? Do you think we have enough technology right now to readily sustain human life based on
Not right now.
purely renewable energy?
Well, obviously not right now.
Okay.
but
That's a great example.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we probably
We're
aren't going to
screwed.
run out of oil for a good long time.
Oh, so you're one of those people that think, oh, it won't happen.
I
in
never
my
said we're
generation.
never going to run out. I'm just saying there's still a lot of oil left, and by then we might have some form of renewable energy that we can sustain ourselves on. The thing about humans is we're pretty innovative, and we usually figure out a solution if we have a big problem.
Yeah, but do you think that we're just going to be oh, it's not that big of a deal right now, so, and we don't currently rely too much on technology, and then we just go, and then as soon as it's gone, we're oh, well, what are we going to do now?
What I'm trying to say, James, humans aren't too reliant on technology is because technology is almost a part of being human. Even the earliest of humans used simple technology.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't take away technology from humans and have them still be humans. It's part of what makes us who
No,
we
they
are.
can still be Homo sapiens.
Well, yes.
So,
Not literally, James. Yes, literally, you could take away their technology and they would still be humans. But the thing about humans and our culture is we always have technology, and we always have had.
but that's my point. We rely on it so much to the point where it's you're saying, okay,
It's
we
not that
rely on it so much.
James, we don't
Stop. We rely on it so much to the point where you're just oh, it's part of it's part of being human. That's how blind you are by this, Sean.
It's the other way around, James.
No.
We aren't so reliant on technology that we think it's a part of us. Technology is so much a part of us that we are. It's not something we're relying on. Sure, humans rely too much on their legs, James. Yeah, but our legs are never gonna go away.
But Sean, our legs aren't something our legs are something that we evolved with. Technology isn't a physical it's only physical because we make it. It's not okay. That would be a fair point if you said that if humans had giant wings, robotic wings that we'd fly around on to get everywhere. I know it sounds stupid, but it would have been something that we created. And then if that was our main method of transportation, you could say, oh, well, we rely on these wings too much. Yeah, because we created them. Sean, we didn't choose to have legs. We evolved to have legs. We make technology. We don't technology doesn't just happen and we go along with it. No, we choose to make it. We improve it intentionally.
Yeah, it's like evolution, but even better.
It's
because we get to choose
evolution,
where it goes.
except not evolution.
Well, evolution in the way that we're changing and getting better over time. Well, okay, not everything in evolution is better over time. It's just more equipped to survive. But
and evolution doesn't necessarily have to survive. if it can't adapt in time, a species just dies out.
Yeah, but that's not
When
really.
has technology
That's not
ever
really
died out, Sean?
never.
Yeah,
because
we're in control of it. Like we rely on it.
in what way are we too reliant on it? And in what way is that reliance a bad thing?
Okay, I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing. It could be a bad thing
I don't
if
think
you
it's a
rely
bad
on
thing.
it too much.
Like, actually, okay, I want to make something clear. We're talking about this on a global scale, not
Yeah.
an individual scale. Because yes, there are people who rely too much on their technology. I would
A
say
prime
that.
example of that is like your average like teenager who gets their phone taken away for a day and freaks out because they can't post on social media.
Well, I don't know. I don't
They're
know
like,
if that's a
"Oh,
good
I'm gonna
example. I think
die
they're
now."
fine.
Okay.
They don't actually die. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Like, it's not actually that big of a deal because they aren't actually that reliant on their technology.
But they think they are.
yeah, but they aren't.
But that's not the technology I'm talking
Yeah,
about. I'm
that's
talking
not-
about
that wasn't
technology that you would need to survive. Like, okay, let's say you're living in a really cold area like Alaska or something, and you had no way of getting clothing unless you made it on your own. Like, because Sean, clothes are technology.
James, people in Alaska like have civilization. They have factories. Well, they import clothes to Alaska. It's not like
How do you think those imports get there?
by like planes and
Oh, what are planes?
ships.
What are those?
They're
things?
technology.
Yeah.
But we aren't too reliant on them because the planes aren't gonna go away.
Sean, this like they can go away at a certain point. Do you think we have like very many solar powered airplanes?
No.
Oh,
But I don't think we're gonna run out of plane fuel anytime soon. And by the time that we do, I'm sure we'll have some better solution.
okay. I don't know if that's entirely true. What I was saying is we rely too much on technology because if a certain aspect of technology was removed, we would either die or drastically have to change our lifestyle in order to keep living the way we were.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's why
But-
we rely on it.
Two things on that. One, technology's not gonna go away, as I said before. And two, we could drastically change our lifestyle, and we would be able to survive. Like it isn't humans that are too reliant on technology. It's our way of life that is too reliant on technology. Without the technology, our way of life changes, but the humans survive.
That's a fair point. I mean, yeah, I mean, you could change your way of life. Like Amish people, for example, they don't rely too. Well, they still do rely on technology technically because they like have physical structures that they live in, but like not like electronic device. I see that, but still, like even Amish people aren't exactly 100% technology free because they still like have, you know,
Yeah, clothes.
yeah,
and, like,
so-
butter, sugar.
yeah. So it's hard. I don't know if there's any like. I mean, even like tribes, they still have forms of technology.
like spears.
Yeah.
and teepees.
I don't think there are any. I mean, I might be completely wrong. Back to the disclaimer, by the way. I'm about to make a really big assertion here without any evidence. But I'm gonna assume that there aren't any humans in the world that don't use some form of technology in any way. Like there's almost any human ever uses technology. Like
Fair enough.
so that with that point being said, like how do we not rely on technology too much? Like
I would say we use technology and we do use it a lot, but we are not reliant on it too much.
the only reason I say we're reliant on it too much is because if it was ever to be taken away, our way of life would change. And,
Yeah, but humans would
and
survive.
it might change in a way that we wouldn't be able to survive in because we're that reliant on it. Like if it changed to the point where it was just too different than how it is now, like don't you think that there isn't 100% chance that the human race would survive? Not that you care
Well-
about it surviving, but
Yeah, kill all humans and all that. I see what you mean. Like, it would be hard for humans to survive if you completely took away all of their technology.
but your
But,
point
like-
is that that would never happen. Right?
Yeah, one, that
Okay.
would never happen. And two, look at gorillas. They don't really use technology, or at least not in the same way we do. Like,
They do.
they, not really.
They use bones of dead animals to help like bust things open or
Okay,
like
but-
even fight.
But James, those are things that like will always be available. You can't take that away from them
Unless everything else
without without like invoking an apocalypse. But
that would never
but,
happen.
but James, if in some hypothetical scenario, you take away all of the technology humans have, as biological life forms, we would evolve to excel in other areas. Like, we probably wouldn't die off. But this is...
I think we would die off.
Like, I don't know, biological life is pretty...
Like, do you know how to hunt?
Me personally, not really.
Yeah.
But early humans were hunter-gatherers. They also, like, gathered plants and stuff.
Yeah, that's what gathering is.
Yeah. But they also did hunt. Like, I'm sure I could hunt some stuff. Like,
okay, how would you go about hunting? What would you use? A gun? Oh. Yeah, you don't have a gun now. You don't have any technology.
Well, you can't completely take away technology from humans.
Exactly. That's how we rely on it, Sean.
So this entire thing is like a moot point. It doesn't matter whether or not we're too reliant on technology because it'll never be taken away.
Are you seriously going to pull a flaming laser sword on this one? You're just going to be like, oh, because it's a scenario that could never happen, it's pointless to argue about?
Well, I'm not saying it's pointless to argue about it, but that is true. It is pointless to argue about it, but that's why we're here. We're arguing about the pointless things. But also what I'm saying is because it's a moot point, something that doesn't matter, we aren't too reliant on the technology. If technology is something that's never going to go away, like you can agree, technology will never completely go away. We'll always have some form of basic technology, unless all humans are wiped out.
But by that definition, we must rely on it. Like, if we choose, if technology is there and we don't utilize it, it's like basically it not existing at all, right?
Technology is there and we choose not to use it. Yeah, basically.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if we have technology, like, okay, you're saying technology can never go away, right?
Well, technology as we know it, or even as it was, will never completely go away.
Okay. So by that point, I'm saying that if you still have technology, you can either choose to use it and rely on it, or choose not to use it and not rely on it. But whichever one you choose, like, the technology will still be there. You're right, it can't go away. But if you, like, the only way you'll...
Using technology doesn't make you reliant on
it. It makes you reliant on it if you use it to survive.
I guess, but it doesn't matter.
Like, we do use technology to survive.
Yeah, fair enough. But we aren't reliant on it. Like, because I think, when I think the word reliant, like, you need...
Okay, what do you need to survive? You need food.
This is more of an argument...
Where do people get food? You hunt for it?
This is more about an argument of the definition of the word reliant than like, what we're actually talking about.
You need to rely on technology to stay alive. That's a fact, Sean. At least for humans.
I guess.
Okay.
For humans.
So, if you can rely on it to a point where you need it to survive, then you need to rely on it in order to do other things. Like,
okay, I get it. Humans are reliant on technology, but we aren't too reliant on technology. Because
certain people are.
In what way?
Sean, there are people that their entire career revolves around solely technology.
Yeah.
And if that didn't exist, they wouldn't have a job.
Yeah, they're reliant on technology, but they aren't too reliant on technology. Because if you were too reliant on technology...
What about Stephen Hawking, Sean? What about people in comas?
Okay.
You think if they didn't have technology...
Yes, James, they are too reliant on technology, but that's beyond their control.
Oh. So it's gotten to the point where they can't even control whether or not they're too reliant on it.
Yes, James, there are
I think I'm winning this one, Sean.
No, there are some individual humans who are too reliant on technology. I will give you that. But humans as a whole are reliant on technology, but we aren't too reliant because...
You started this argument out saying that we didn't rely on it at all.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't think I did.
Okay,
I'm fairly sure I didn't say that.
This part might need to get cut out if this is not
No, this is going in.
Shoot. Okay.
Yeah, they're all going to see you're a phony.
Wow. No, I'm pretty sure you either said we didn't rely on it at all, or if we did, it was very minimal. But, like, there are some people that really need technology to do anything. Like, anything.
Yeah, as I said earlier, on an individual basis, we all are reliant on technology to some extent. But yeah, of course. But we aren't too reliant. Anyway, this isn't going anywhere anymore. Let's wrap this up. So, what is your current stance?
My stance is that humans still rely too much on technology. Like, without technology, our lifestyle would change to the point where we may not even survive. And there are some people that exist that can't survive without technology.
And my current stance is all humans are reliant on technology to some extent, many more than others, but we aren't too reliant on technology because in order to be too reliant on technology, we would have to use technology in a way that without it we would if it were to be taken away, then it would ruin us. But one, that wouldn't happen. Like the technology would never go away, and two, some humans would survive if you somehow took away all of our technology. So we are reliant on it, but not too reliant.
No, we'd still survive if it went.
I think we would.
Away. I mean,
anyway,
okay.
Let's do a quick recap of
talk for another time.
Yeah, talk for another time. Quick recap on last time. I'm pretty sure I won last time.
I think
you got bodied last time.
No, I didn't get bodied. I mean,
everyone.
This is okay. You really want to get me to argue with you again now?
No.
The present can't exist. Okay,
James. Based on the feedback we got, I think most people sided with me.
No, most people sided with both of us.
No, most people sided with me.
They agreed with some of my points and some of your points.
Which points of yours did they agree with?
They agreed with me in the fact that the present can't exist for any given amount of time.
Yes, but nobody was saying that.
Listen.
Nobody was saying that.
Okay, yeah.
James, you were wrong. The present does exist. Say it. I was wrong. Okay. The present does exist. Sean was right.
Hold on. I guess it has to exist because time wouldn't be able to flow without there being a present. However,
I was wrong. Sean was right.
Let me finish my thought before I admit that I was wrong. Okay.
We're gonna do this at the end of every episode.
The present. Okay, the present has to exist because it can't exist for a specific amount of time. But time still has to flow, and you can't live in the past and you can't live in the future. So what do you live in? The present. Okay, I got that. Now,
admit it.
Just wait. But
we're running low on time. Come on, just say it.
Okay, the present exists somehow. I don't see how it can't exist because it can't exist for any amount of time.
Sean was right. I was wrong.
Sean was right. I was wrong. Whatever.
Yeah.
I think I beat you this time, though.
We'll see. We'll see what people say. All right. See you guys next time.
Wait, what are we talking about next time?
I don't know yet. We'll see then.
We're gonna have no clickbait.
We'll figure something out.
No. What are we talking about?
We'll figure it out later.
Okay.
All right. Sean signing out. See you guys.
This has been the Debate Dudes, episode 2.
Dude, any last words?
Like, wow. You really threw me under the bus there, man. I didn't even get to finish my thing.